Hi, this is Eric Martin, Report Game Geek. I'm here with designer Daryl Andrews looking at Emblems by CSE Games. This is an unusual title because it seems like it's for a different market. It's for the hockey market.
Yes.
With the 100th anniversary of the NHL.
Right.
And this game is all about hockey history. In a sense.
Kind of. I mean,
it draws upon
It draws
hockey
on it.
history.
It draws on it. So
Yes.
you don't actually have to be a hockey fan to like this game. We call it a hat trick taking game. It's a trick taking game.
Right.
And we're playing off of some puns or connection to the sport of hockey. But really what you're doing is you're playing these logos against each other, trying to win the trick. So you might call, for instance, a color and say like the most reds. And all of a sudden now out of your hand of these different logos, maybe the Calgary Flames has more red, or a different team might have more red references within the card. You might also call like oldest logo or emblem, and so you're trick taking that way.
Most wins of the
Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you call the suit of what you're taking for the trick, and then also along the way you can add in a couple different modular add-ons that are included in the box. There's overtime cards, which are like end mission cards that you score at the end out of the cards that you've collected from the tricks that you win. Mm-hmm. And then also there are power play cards, and these power plays are that while the trick is happening, you can also earn tricks. Like, for instance, if you play the oldest logo but really the trick was most blue, you could still win a couple points with the power play points.
Right.
So,
what is interesting, I've found fascinating looking through these cards is, so the cards have colors on them based on the logos, and the strength of the color is actually based on the number of separate instances of that color.
Yeah, we took a long time. Like, so for instance, there are 16 uses of black in, for instance, the Anaheim Ducks logo.
Yes.
There's 17 white in the old Brooklyn Americans 1941 logo.
Mostly because there's a lot of letters that are all white.
So we went and we counted all the little instances in the logos and made sure we checked with NHL and their official logos to make sure we weren't misrepresenting anything.
And of course, there are way more cards than there are current teams in the NHL, but you do each logo over time.
So we highlighted some of the greatest logos for each franchise. So some teams are represented more than once.
Yes.
Some teams don't exist anymore. But we went from 1917 to 2017, tried to get a wide spectrum.
Yeah, so it's like an interesting recap of history in a way that you would not normally expect.
Yeah. Sometimes we even have like kids come by and they're just start sorting them or playing with them just because they like the logos. It's really interesting. We have things like, for instance, references to animals. And so, for instance, the Hartford Whalers, because it has a whale tail in the logo, or like the penguin, so that's an animal card. Mm-hmm. So there's different little references that we've sorted them in it as well.
Okay.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
41 instances of blue for the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's a lot of counting.
There's a lot of counting. Thankfully, Adrian is a very patient man, my co-designer, and he's more the detail guy.
Okay.
And he patiently rechecked each one of these.
That's right. So we can have more historical changes.
There's a difference. There's a difference. So
yes. And talking with Fabio, the publisher at this New York Trade Fair, is really like for that fan.
Yeah.
And they're gonna relive this history and find these teams they might never have known about.
Absolutely.
Here. All right.
Absolutely.
And there's a game inside.
So you can enjoy the history and then enjoy a trick taking game.
All right. Thanks for the overview of Emblems.